Now welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
I'm going to start out with something pretty humorous that I read about Andor.
Okay.
Because, as we know, Andor is not a humorous show.
Not really, no.
Finding something humorous was kind of entertaining for me. They apparently on the set had really strict rules about the secrecy, obviously, and the scripts, right?
Sure.
Well, on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Diego Luna and Adriana Arjona were on it, talking about what it was like shooting and all that stuff, and they talked about the high-tech alternatives for the actors to learn their lines. Diego Luna says they wouldn't print a script for you because you would lose it, so we would have iPads to work.
What if you lose the iPad?
Well, there's passwords.
Okay, fair.
Adriana said, I didn't use it. I took pictures of it and printed the whole script.
Okay.
Yeah, so she would do screenshots and just print it all out so she had it on paper, even though they were supposed to be using those iPads. And Diego Luna was like, it's kind of funny. I mean, there's spies in the show, and here she's doing some little sneaky espionage stuff. Adriana says to Diego, you were so mad at me the first time in rehearsal. You looked at me and like, they're gonna find out. You were so paranoid. And my answer was like...
doing a spy thriller.
And my answer was like, Stellan Skarsgård did it too. I just completely threw Stellan under the bus.
That's what actually did Luthen rail in. That's how the Empire... That's how Dedra found him. He was taking pictures off his iPad.
Diego Luna says, I remember that. Stellan didn't give a beep. He was like, yes, I have been doing it.
This reminds me of my aversion to non-paper D&D. Like, you're new to the game, so you play on a tablet. Some of us older, longer players just refuse to do tablets.
One of them has turned to the dark side.
One of them has, and I'm very disappointed in him.
He likes it.
Yeah.
It's
the other holds true, and so do I. I have my stacks of papers.
You mean the one who can't do math? And we think is fudging all of his numbers because he doesn't
But he's been doing that for 35 years.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't use the tablet, because his math would be correct, and
he would never hit anything.
He would hate that.
But anyway.
So then she said, I just kept doing it. Season 2, I did it too. So she implied that Stellan did it during Season 1, and she copied Stellan, and then she's like, I just need the paper. I need to write things down. The iPad script also has so many passwords, and then I would have to add, and then do something else, and it would lock me out. So it was complicated, so I printed it.
Fair enough.
Rules be damned.
Yeah.
We will print off our scripts one way or another. They just didn't want them to leak. They just didn't want them to get out there.
I get that.
A paper script can get picked up by somebody and lost or taken.
Yeah, well,
a locked up iPad is a little trickier.
This day and age, the wrong person gets their hands on it, and it is everywhere. And people like us are then doing videos about a leaked script. So I get it. I totally get it. We would have totally run with a leaked script story. That's what we do. It's what we do. Let's be real.
It's the way of the world.
It is. It is the way of the internet world.
I have another interesting piece of news today. So, Dawn of the Jedi has a possible first tease. And it's such a loose first tease. I wouldn't even call it a loose tease. It's a speculation.
Okay.
Just a recap. James Mangold will be directing Dawn of the Jedi. It's supposed to take place with the first ever Jedi 25,000 years before the earliest project on, like, the Star Wars timeline, right?
Yeah.
So they have released recently the galaxy map. The big, giant, beautiful, wonderful galaxy map. I love it, actually.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
And according to the image, there's a couple things on there that we've heard teases of before that could point to where the story takes place.
Okay.
The movie looks like it could possibly feature the species known as the Rakatans. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've only ever read the word.
Rakatan?
The Rakatan?
Yeah.
The Rakatan? Yes, and they've not had a live-action appearance. They reside on the planet Rakata 5, Rakata Prime. Okay. You're just being fun. I've only ever read the word. I don't know how it's pronounced other than how it was pronounced in my head.
No, it's totally fine. Like, there are so many words that I read, years and years and years ago that I got stuck in my head and pronounced them a certain way in my head for years, and then I hear someone else say, I'm like, is that how you say it? Like, you calamari? Like, that's not how I used to say it in my head.
Oh. Well, previously those were in the Dark Horse comics, as for a point of reference. Andor fans, obviously we've heard Luthen he mentioned the race in Season 1, that they were like terrifying monsters that enslaved many people across the galaxy. Could this then be a plot point in Star Wars Dawn of the Jedi? I mean, the fact that they put the planet on the galaxy map, people are saying is like a red herring to say, these people First Jedi or enemy of the First Jedi or something to do with the movie. And it could be an interesting plot point to actually bring in such an old race.
Well, yeah, they are part of the original Dawn of the Jedi story, so it would make sense.
Yeah, so that could be a little red herring, a little point out to what we could be looking forward to in Dawn of the Jedi. The fact that they put it in the galaxy map tells us that they're considering it a very canon location and that we need to know where it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they are part of that story.
Okay. Last but not least, of course, we will move on to new this week in Star Wars, etc. You didn't do the thing. I'm almost thrown off because it was less annoying than usual.
I was thrown by your pronunciations.
We've got no new books this week. We've got one coming up, but not this week.
What do we got coming up?
You really want to know?
I think so.
The other Acolyte, primer book comes out at the end of the month. The Crystal Crown with Yord and Jackie. It's an Acolyte primer. Yeah, it's the second one. I've almost actually finished the first one.
I know.
I keep stopping because it's...
So good.
It's very contradictory to me to the characters we saw in the show, but I'm actually going to finish it and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, a couple months late.
Whatever. Nobody else read it either. Let's be real.
Somebody read it.
Let's be real. The people who are chanting season 2,
even they didn't read it.
They didn't touch it. They just want it because they believe it stands for something else.
Well, I'll read it as soon as you're done.
Good.
I've been waiting to do this.
All right. Wednesday, we're continuing our comics with Love number 6. Legacy of Vader. Yes.
AKA the Kylo Ren story.
After a brutal takeover of Corellia, Kylo Ren begins a new quest. The young tyrant begins his search for one of the last Order 66 surviving Jedi.
Oh boy, another one.
Who is this mysterious Jedi and how did she escape the brutal takedown of her people? A lot of people are saying it's going to be a character that was talked about earlier in the books because the author likes to call back to his own things.
Oh, Dave Filoni is the author?
No. No, Charles Soule.
Oh, Charles Soule, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right, he's doing
He likes to call back to stuff that he already had put in his comics.
Yeah, he did the Vader series with the Inquisitors, so makes sense.
So, we'll be seeing a female Jedi, and Kylo's going to track her down as one of the last Order 6. I was like, Ahsoka?
That would make sense, too. It's not Charles Soule's
character. Well, if David Filoni was doing it, it would definitely be Ahsoka.
Like years even beyond this, they'll be trying to track down Ahsoka, who's still alive.
Thursday, we will have a voice chat at 8 p.m. Central Time, talking about who knows what.
Playing some Battlefront 2.
Well, we missed last week because we ended up going
road,
up by my parents for 4th of July. So we are actually going to probably talk some about Ironheart because we didn't finish discussing the season finale. And then excitement, Friday. Dun, dun, dun. No, I'm kidding.
You're doing
it's not.
It's another John Williams song. Yeah, I know.
My brain went to the wrong.
Well,
music.
we are. Yeah, it's fine. I'll forgive you. Yeah. We will. I don't know when we're gonna see it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Now I'm doing Star Wars.
I can't get it out of my head.
You ruined it.
Oh my goodness. I remember the Hans. I've got the Hans Zimmer one stuck in my head. The "What do you want to do when you're not taking over the world?" I actually really like that song.
That was good. Yeah, it was
really good. So we'll see what James Gunn decides to do with the DC universe remade in his Guardians of the Galaxy brained image.
Brained image.
Brained image.
Oh,
jeez, no, I did not.
I don't know. I'm gonna let them decide. We'll let fate decide. We'll let chat decide. You want to talk about
a funny story? Well, I've got one for everybody.
Okay.
So we were driving, and you saw a billboard.
We don't have to.
And it was called Super Laser or something.
No, it was like some kind of futuristic name.
Yeah.
And it said Toy Store, and I'm like, oh, cool. We should, that's. I wonder if they have like collectible toys. Is what I.
And I was like, well, it does say it's got adult toys. And then what did you say next?
I was like, maybe they have Black Series.
And I said,
talking about Star Wars Black Series.
And I said, I'm sure they have a Black Series.
Yes.
Yes,
it was an adult
toy store.
Toy store, which I'm sure their Black Series was different than what I imagined.
Not a collector toy store.
No, you can collect them. I'm sure.
Hey, you need to be at least 18 or whatever to enter the store.
Yep.
But I'm so glad that's where you were like, we should go. And I'm like, I don't think so.
I hear toys my mind goes somewhere different than a lot of other people who hear the word toys or adult toys. I'm like, well, yeah, collectibles. That's what adult toys are.
That's not what a lot of people
No.
think of when you hear adult toys.
Yeah.
But I'm
Oops.
glad that you were interested in the Black series and checking there for it.
We didn't go if anybody's curious.
No, I should have made you pull in and been like, okay,
Go on in.
I'm like, go in. Maybe you should ask the clerk
for
right
the
away,
Black
right? Ask him
series,
if he's
yes.
got the Black series.
That's it. That's it. We're done.
Tell him you like the 6-inch figures, not the 3 3/4.
Oh my god, I can't believe you went there.
What?
I can't
I'm talking about the Black series line.
Oh my god.
You know, the 6-inch versus the 3
3
3/4, and you
yes.
collect the 6-inch.
I prefer the 6-inch. Yes.
6-inch Black series line.
Oh my god. Well, I think that's all we got for this time. Your turn to take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of any. I can't even get through this.
Tell us what you thought of any and all of today's news or the story I just finished relaying that Thor enjoyed.
I didn't enjoy it. I'm choking over
I should have
here.
let you pull in.
No.
When you see the billboard, you're like, this doesn't really
almost
look...
like this futuristic name. It was like laser something, or like, oh. And then
like...
I'm driving, so I only got like a glimpse of it. And I saw like laser something like Toy Store. I'm like, oh, that sounds
And then I'm like,
sweet.
well, it's at adult toys, and you still went.
Well, yeah, because like I said, I don't immediately go adult toys. Like adult toys to me are different.
No, it would have said collectible.
Maybe.
Collectible toys or something, and not adult toys.
It was a long day. I was tired. I was driving.
Excuses.
Anyway, that's all we have for this time. Thanks for watching. I should apologize for making you watch this.